time again for Protoss versus Protoss. The MVP player, the other side of Tails, he is
MVP finale.
really friendly guy, quite a lot of talent into his preparations, and he's playing against this guy. To the top left in the blue, wearing his old team's color, and his new team's as well, just a slightly different variation of the color. He is
이지혁 Lady Core.
Hawk also gets his lady call.
Yeah, you can see, you know, the color that he's wearing in-game. Look at all those fans. The color he's wearing in-game is somewhere in between the liquid color and the EG color, but of course he's representing EG, has been for a long time, been doing a great job. We're making some funny commercials as well.
And Hawk going for the gate at 12 again. Gate a little bit faster than his opponent. In the first game that he played today in the Protoss versus Protoss, he started things off with a double gateway and went into double stalker production, skipping on the Zealot, putting pressure onto his opponent and making sure that he got the earlier expansion. The one base Colossus push that Flying was trying to execute against him failed because Hawk had the time. He was in the fortunate position that he also had a cross-position spawn to his opponent, so that gave him the most time to prepare for what was coming, and he had the Colossus out just to defend against it. Let's see what he's going to do this time.
We saw a slight hesitation as well out of his opponent. Flying, not attacking right away. Look at that probe. Sneaks out of the gas, makes Cyberman score, jumps back in before anybody knows. And there's, of course, the core finale. Gas is almost at identical timings here. And this is going to shape up to be, most likely, like I said, a long Protoss versus Protoss with Colossi battles. We'll see what Huck has in store. I feel like Huck is actually the better late-game micro player when it comes to these engagements, based on what I've seen from these two players in the late-game finale. Not always with the best.
I actually thought the finale would maybe try to go for some kind of sneaky build, proxy something, and try to just roll the dice here, but he doesn't. Hawk, if you just watch all the games that he ever played in televised matches, has the better record in the PvP. This is his strongest matchup with a 59% win ratio, 147 games won, and 103 losses.
Yeah.
That's
250 games. That's a lot of games.
Yeah, and that's only the televised matches that he played, so that's quite impressive.
Huck's PvP seems to always be as strong. So there's a lot of people were talking about that going to this group, saying, well, Huck's very fortunate he has so many Processes in his group, because that's what he's done really, really well in, and he seems to know what he's doing in this matchup, so that's something that helps him out quite a bit.
The funny thing is that just lately, he was not that successful anymore. Again, at MLG Fall Championship, he lost to Daisy with a 2-1. He lost to Tails in the GSL Season 5 preliminaries. He lost to Grubby with a 2-1 at the Global Finals, WCS that is. And now he was just able to win against Hero. Sorry, he lost to Hero, but he was just able to win against Flying. So he had a bit of a dry spot in his PvP, but apparently he's back. He was able to win his first mirror match today. Can he win the second one? It would be so great for him to start with a 2-0 into the group. But, so, the game has just started. So let's find out what's going on here. The Scout immediately being shut down by Huck, but he decides to go in the bottom left, and he's going for 4 gates.
This is Huck, man. This is... Oh! He doesn't stop the probe, and he loses a Stalker. This is a rough start with a 4 gateway build. He may even have to cancel one of those. I mean, this is still scary for Finale, but since the hand has been shown here, Finale, all he has to do is start in Immortal, make sentries, and he
chrono boosts. He chrono boosts the Immortal right away. He has his own Nexus nearly completed.
He won't cancel that Nexus, though.
Well, it doesn't seem like he wants to do it, no.
Yeah, he wants to just hold the top of this ramp and hope for the best.
Try to take some... He's gonna tank damage on the Nexus, just wait, force fill the ramp if needed, wait for his Immortal, and then try to push out. This is coming down to micro. Yeah, Hawk with this has to do damage. If he doesn't do damage here and Finale is still on 2 bases, then it's gonna be lights out, I fear. Here we go. The Immortal is in the game. We have Finale going straight into the Robotics Bay. The Force Fields only trapping 1 Stalker. Huck is able to save 1. No, he's not. The Sentry takes the kill.
Part of the problem for Huck here is that his forward pylon is so far away from Finale's base. I feel like that might have been part of the reason why Finale decided to keep it. He saw the forward pylon. He also checked as well at the 3rd base to make sure there wasn't one there, so he's now feeling comfortable. Huck's trying to go into either DTs or Blink as a follow-up here. I think we're going to see Blink, but It's a bit
Well,
late considering the Immortals
Look at
are
the
already
gas
out.
that he has. He has so much gas, and is Blink really going to help him? He needs the Dark Shrine, and there it is. Builds it right now. The problem for him is just, what are you going to do with Blink against two Immortals and a Colossus?
What are you going to do with DTs against someone who's going robotics so early?
What do you always do? You just hope.
Hope, or we could see
pray.
Charge and Archons and try to see a bust, but
Went
it takes so
behind
long.
Dark Shrine and pray to the Church of Stamkowski.
Exactly.
That's the only choice that you have. And that's what he will do right now. He needs to do damage with this. And it's not going to be easy. As mentioned before, with this build that he executed, Hawk is now way behind. He's behind in Harvesters. He only saturates one base because he doesn't have an expansion. We have two bases for Finale. And if Finale gets now an Observer out, he is in a good spot. The thing is, Finale doesn't have an Observer. He just builds his own Colossus, and let's see what he does after that.
Consider that Huck is also making a ton of Zealots. This is what you want to do when you go for this type of push. There's no Observer whatsoever. Now the Observer is started, but Huck has an army composition that if he takes a good starting engagement with the DTs and kills some key units, the Zealots will just overwhelm. The Observer is with the army though, and this is the worst possible scenario for Huck, and it looks like Finale is going to keep it there.
He needs to keep it. Here we have an Archon.
Yeah, he's just doing the Archon bus.
Goes for the Archon bus, and we have the Observer moving across the map, and he only has one. Okay, he brings it to the front. That's really smart. Here come those Archons. Let's look at the army supply. 40 against 43. We have one Colossus. We have two Immortals.
Immortals
Here
not too
comes
useful
Huck.
in this case against this composition, but Huck does not have charge, and Finale knows what's going on. He's starting to make a little bit of a wall here.
Yes.
Oh, this is so smart. The Finale is doing exactly what he needs to do.
And he has the force fields. He can, of course, be crushed by those Archons.
But they can't move. They're blocked by the Zealots.
The first one is dead. They are blocked by the Zealots, as Wolf pointed out, and it does not look good for the Canadian Protoss. This is looking tough indeed.
Yeah, the Immortals are just going to wipe out the rest of the Stalkers. Huck may get in the Colossus, but that's all he gets. GG! Does not even kill that Colossus.
Finale takes the win. Huck is on 1-1 in the group now. After a win in the first PvP against Flying, he's losing to Finale. The 4-gate not successful, not at all. Scouted early, and Finale did everything right.
Yeah, the pylon for Huck a little bit out of position. He took a gamble with that placement. It was actually wise what he did, but when you go for something that's wise and someone is wise to your tricks, it's wise to make an Immortal and hold that Nexus. That's exactly what Finale did. Now, Huck puts himself now here at a 1-1 score, something that he can easily recover from as long as he doesn't make any further mistakes.
Yeah. And guys, with this situation that we have now in the group, we are jumping into the next break. We have 6 games so far, and once again, after 3 matches, we're having a 5-minute break. When we are back, we are seeing the match between Nesty and Flying, and for Flying, a lot is on the line already. He's 0-2 in the group. He needs to win right now. There's always the chance of getting the 3rd place in the group, but still, at this point, being 0-2, not having a single win, you need to have like a bit of a victory, and if it's only for your confidence.
Yeah.
Nesty, on the other hand, he's on 1-1. He just lost to Fantasy, and he wants to get a bit ahead in the group. We're going to find out what's going to happen after a 5-minute break at the GSL Up and Downs Group E.